Welcome back to the MMA Experience. Now, one big aspect of mixed martial arts, particularly professional mixed martial arts, is the management business, and Malki Kawa is one of the best managers in the business with guys like Jon Jones.
The best.
Guys like Jon Jones, Carlos.
The best.
Condit, and
I'm not one of the best, the best.
He is a self-proclaimed best manager.
No, I'm the best.
In the MMA business.
I'm gonna punch Straka in the head. I'm the best.
Anyhow, Malki, welcome to the show. And you know, the thing about the business of MMA, and you hear the guys like, you know, the boxers make $30 million a fight, and the fighters are slowly creeping up to numbers, not $30 million, but they're creeping up to some numbers. And particularly, you know, you got some guys that are really high up there on the pay scale. How do you see the next generation of fighters making a living in the industry?
Well, you know, it's the same thing like in any industry. In the 70s, football players made this much. In the 80s, it went to there. In the 90s, it blew up. In the 2000s, you know, you're hearing about mega million contracts. And I think that with fighting, it's the same thing. I mean, you know, hey, we're 20 years, the sport is 20 years old. By the time the sport is 30 years old or 40 years old, you're going to be hearing about some mega numbers and fighters getting paid what you hear football players and basketball players getting paid.
Now, a lot of these guys will read, fans will read about their favorite fighters, and they'll say, a lot of blogs have it wrong, where they'll say, these fighters make more money in sponsorship dollars than they do for their fight purses. Is that true?
You know, in some cases it's true, in other cases it's not. It just all really depends on the fighter. It's a lot of, you know, the problem is it's like a puzzle. People don't get it. Where's he fighting on the card? Who's the fighter? Who's his opponent? What's the style of the matchup? You know what I mean? Because, you know, the most expensive spot on the shorts is either the crotch or the butt, right? So you got a fighter who's a stand-up guy fighting a wrestler, his crotch and butt almost doesn't mean anything because chances are he ends up on his back. So that gets factored in sometimes. There's just a lot of little things here and there, but realistically...
So what you're saying is if I'm, all right, so let's say Josh Koscheck is fighting George St. Pierre, I want the butt patch, because that you...
Absolutely. As a sponsor, you want the butt patch. And as a manager, you need to explain and show the sponsor why they're going to pay more for the butt patch. Besides the fact it's going to do a million pay-per-views, and you know that's where all the exposure is. This is why you want to put this much money on George or on Koscheck, because some way, somehow, it looks like it's going to end up, you know, on the floor.
Although in that fight, in that instance, they stayed up, but still the butt patch is still valuable if they're both standing up the whole time too, right?
Absolutely. That's the whole thing. So that's why when people ask, okay, is it true that this and that? And the other? Yeah, you know, some fighters make more money on sponsorships because, and the truth is we really don't know, because a lot of guys will have, you know, a certain purse set up and another one, but the UFC always takes care of these guys. They come in with extra checks and stuff, and sometimes that does end up making up. It's just we don't really get that information until it's your fighter. So I know, like in my case with my fighters, a lot of them are making more money in their purses, and some of them are right there, and some of the sponsorships it's much more. But it's a gradual, you know, curve that's going up all the time.
Let's talk about some of your clients, and particularly Jon Jones. You said a kid who's 23 years old. When he won the belt, the day he won the belt, he tackled a burglar, and he got national exposure, went on Jay Leno. I mean, how do you coach a kid who goes from relative obscurity to mainstream attention?
Well, you know, the thing is with him is that before I even met him, his biggest thing was to be humble, was to always be down to earth, and to never ever come across as one of those guys that's too good for someone else. And he's done a phenomenal job of that. You know, with anyone, with success and fame, things can start to change for you, but it's not him that's changing, it's the things around him. People are coming at him left and right. I mean, we just took him to the bathroom. I have to walk him down to the bathroom. I got guys in the stall trying to take pictures of him while he's using the bathroom. You know, so if he turns around and tells the guy, hey, I don't want, you know, stop that. Oh, John's a jerk, you know, and that's the problem where people don't get it. Being a famous celebrity athlete, some of them are good people, some of them are bad people. That's just before the fact. He's a great person, and it doesn't take a lot of coaching because he's very self-aware and very self-conscious of how he comes across and what the perception of him is, and that's something he constantly is working at.
Now, in case you're at home and you're wondering, why does this guy sound so familiar? And if you're on Twitter, you're going to know that Malki Kawa is very active on Twitter. But if you go back to one of the Ultimate Fight Nights, there's a big heavyweight fighter named Matt Mitrione, and he fired you on national television. And by doing that, he actually made your career. But I want to find out, what exactly happened?
He didn't make my career.
What exactly happened?
You know what, it's just a lot of miscommunication. He had a lot of people in his life that were working with him on some stuff. And, you know, I'm the very best at what I do when it comes to the sponsor game. You've experienced it with me. You know very well how good I am at what I do. And you know, a lot of external factors, things that were out of my control, things that he had in place already before I got there. And, you know, Matt's Matt, and he decided to handle it the way he handled it. I had 3 weeks notice, and basically is what it is. So not to make any excuses, it just didn't work out. But as you see from that point forward, I pretty much picked up, you know, so many popular fighters, marketable fighters, name fighters, top 10 contenders, #1 contenders, things of that nature. So I'm not going to say Matt made me, because at the end of the day, you know, if one guy had something bad to say, I'm sure there'd be another 30 or 40, but it's one guy. A lot of the guys I represent are very happy. They recommend me to other fighters. That's how I get a lot of the guys. They just keep saying to go with Malki. So that being said, you know, it's just things that happen. Listen, you get hired, you get fired. It's the way the business goes. So.
All right, Malki Kawa, one of the best managers in the MMA business.
The best.
I'm Mike Straka, the best journalist in the MMA business.
He's one of the best, because he can't say I'm the best. This is Malki Kawa, and I'm signing off.